What's up? My name's Joe Landry. I was studying abroad at Royal Holloway University in the UK. How did abroad change me is the first question. Well, I would say that it kind of just exposed me to a number of new radical ideas, and I know that kind of sounds like a cliched answer. So to give some kind of like more concrete examples, I found that in the UK, people say things a lot differently. Like they don't say pants or joggers, they say pretty much strictly trousers. Pants is actually underwear, so I thought that was like kind of interesting. And they would also say Adidas instead of Adidas, and Nike instead of Nike. And I don't know, I think that like while language is just one example, there was a number of other ways that they just kind of, their culture made me think of things a lot differently as I kind of spent more and more time with people from the UK. What advice would I give to a student who's thinking about studying abroad? First, I would just say that the costs are so small in terms of the benefits. Like you gain a lot from going abroad, and I understand it can be really daunting to give up a semester at BC, especially once you've kind of established a really good friend group and like you feel very comfortable at BC. I think BC does a good job of making students feel comfortable, and by the time you're a junior, like you don't want to give that up. So while it can be daunting, I think that that's a small cost to pay for what you gain for going abroad. And some of those benefits of going abroad is, interacting with people from a different country, learning a new culture, in some cases learning a new language, and then also getting to know people from BC that happen to be in your program is a huge benefit as well. Some of my closest friends at BC, again, this might sound cliched, but some of my closest friends from BC have been friends that I made while abroad. So I think that's a really important thing is like you get to grow a lot, you get to meet new people, and the opportunities just are so much greater when you have this semester abroad than anything you could do at BC for that semester, in my opinion. And then lastly, the third question was, what are some myths about going abroad? And one major myth I would say is that you travel every weekend. Well, travel is definitely a big part of being abroad. Like you can go to really cool places that, you otherwise never have the opportunity to go. Traveling for me wasn't as frequent, and so I think that like everyone's abroad experience obviously is going to be different, but you don't have to feel like there isn't that much pressure to travel every weekend. If you want to stay at your university and just kind of get to know the people, then you can do that for a couple of weekends, and then you can travel other weekends as well. So I think that like finding the balance between spending time in your home country and then traveling and visiting friends and doing that is a lot easier to do than people make out right off the bat. Like I think that a lot of people go into abroad thinking I'm going to go and spend all this money and travel every single weekend, which just wasn't the case for me. And maybe that's another myth as well. It's just like you don't actually have to spend that much money abroad. I only ended up spending a few $1,000s, while I know some people spent close to like $10,000. So I think that in a way, studying abroad can be cost effective too if you are conscious about the decisions you're making and how you spend your money.